switch over. Or maybe we'll just sit here and talk. This might be a little bit easier for me, at least. So spin around real quick here. This is what I've been working on. Trying to get the wood exactly nice and smooth. Super, super smooth. I ran through it with a Super 60, one of these 120s. But I went over it with the 60. And then I came back with a 120. Or a 220, excuse me. I did a 220. And then I did a 320. So the other video, I'm hoping this video has sound. The other one did not have sound. So there was a technical difficulty. Sorry about that. I also am having issues with trying to put it live for everyone. It only wants to go to private for some reason. So I'm not exactly sure how to fix that. I'm hoping that I did fix the microphone issue, because that was a big thing. It's like I went through and I talked for all that time and went through and did everything, and I did not have sound. So unfortunately that kind of stinks, but that's what it is. It is what it is. So I just want to jump back on here real quick because it's 4 o'clock and that's usually about the time I'm trying to post, and do a live real quick and maybe pop on there and get a short in or something like that. If you see that I am having technical difficulties, drop the message, because I'm having issues with my microphones and I'm not exactly sure if everybody's getting this or not. And I don't know. Lives are weird that way. I don't have another screen on me right now. I would have my laptop up or something like that to double check, make sure that I was getting stuff. But I don't believe I am. Or at least I wasn't on the last one. So drop a thumbs up if you can hear me. It always helps. Also, we'll start talking about more stuff like this here, because that's the whole reason why we're here. We're here to talk about the boat and the way I used an orbital sander. Pretty simple. Got that lip underneath of there as well. So came out real nice. It's not a paid advertisement or anything like that, but I do get my stuff from Harbor Freight when it comes to big boxes of sanding pads. So you get a big chunk of sanding pads, pretty cheap. That's super nice to be able to buy that many. So, but yeah, ran through those. Then I have some of the Diablos. These are the 320s. They cost more. I don't know if they work better, but they didn't have 320s at Harbor Freight. So, but yeah, today I did a little sanding. Did a little sanding of that. And pretty much just jumping in here trying to collect the followers. If you do watch the videos, I appreciate you. If you're just jumping in, I appreciate you too. You mean so much to me, honestly. I need you guys to be able to do this kind of stuff, and I'm trying to grow this channel right now. So hit that like and subscribe button if you already haven't. We're going to be talking about more ways to do this project. This project's going to be taking up some time here. So I am going to be doing a, I don't know, maybe we'll do it right here. I got to find the spot that I want to do. Here it is right here. Skirt. Right here. Oh, you guys can't see that very well, or at all, probably. But there's a spot right here. And I want to fix it. So, but yeah, this is going to be a fun project. So I've got other stuff that I've been working on here. This is another piece of oak here from a different project I did, and it's got stain on it. But that is kind of what we want to be looking for there. I think the wet work is going to be amazing once it's done. This is obviously not, it's old. It's an old boat, but I think it's going to shine up real nice. But what I was saying, there's a couple of spots here and there that I'm going to end up putting some epoxy in. And we're going to start doing some episodes. Well, I'm going to start doing some episodes like this live and teaching you or showing you how I'm going to be doing this stuff here, because it's pretty simple stuff. And then we're going to go through and fix the other aesthetic pieces. There's pieces down here, for example. There's holes. This transom actually needs to be really, really fixed. It's not in good condition at all. So there's going to be some epoxy work that happens there. And some filling. Not sure about replacement quite yet, but that's kind of where it's at right now. So that is what's going on. We're also going to be working on a couple of the rudder pieces. So I have this guy here. If you were watching earlier episodes, this was a tiller extender. Sorry, I was reading something there. This is in my garage. This is a 1974 Racing Thistle sailboat. So we're doing a restoration project. Pretty much gathering people, get the YouTube channel going, kind of explain to you guys what I'm going to be doing, what the channel's going to be about, trying to form friendships with you guys and have fun doing it. And every once in a while, get to chat on live and have fun. So I would love to build a boat, honestly. Would I build this big of a boat in my garage? Probably not. No. I'd probably build a canoe, honestly, if I was going to build a boat. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, but for now, this 1974 Thistle is in my garage. It's a 17-foot racing sailboat. It's called the Wet Boat. I've decided I'm going to be doing a lot of the work on the inside in regards to paint. There's going to be a whole paint video as well on this thing. Interior of the hull here. And there's some work that needs to be done over on the port side. There's some holes that need to be fixed. Not exterior, but interior. And checking out the foam situation as well that's in there. So but yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm also working on a rudder project over here, but that is in the works. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and right now this is where we're working, getting this all nice and smoothed out. So should be a pretty fun project. But yeah, Always wear a mask, obviously. You don't want to be breathing this stuff because this right here is fiberglass. That's why it's colored that way. That's the original color of the boat, the inside and the exterior, which is kind of cool. It'll always stay like that. I kind of went back and forth with, as well as, do I want to epoxy the top of this? So if I epoxy it, it's going to be really, really nice. It'll also be really, really nice with the spar urethane. It'll just take a lot of coats. So. But yep, just getting on here to meet everybody. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. We're talking about the boat. And I hope you can hear me clearly, hopefully. Once again, I'm not sure if I'm doing it and you guys are able to hear. So comment below if you have any problems with hearing me. I think that the mic is working currently, but I'm not positive. Plus, I don't know how long the lag is. But yeah, me and my dad were talking about building some stuff today. This is a chunk of oak from an old project, and I've got a bunch of holes back here, right there in the transom that needs to get fixed. So taking a piece of scrap oak and trying to fix the holes back there might be a challenge instead of using a dowel rod. I really am not sure about this whole thing here. I personally kind of want to use a dowel. My dad keeps saying, no, you can do it like this and just fill it. But I kind of want it to look a little bit different. And I know if I cut those holes out there, it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt. And I don't have a long enough chunk to really feel safe trying to even make this round on the table saw. Because you could do that if you really wanted to, but it's a dangerous process, to me at least. So yeah, I was kind of thinking about replacing this top piece on here as well on the transom. It's old, but when I started to try to unscrew stuff, I noticed on the other side there that there's a lot of breakage of screws. So if it was to happen, like down here, it would not work. You couldn't remake this whole top here. You still wouldn't be able to get it all the way off. So that's another thing that I'm worried about, or what the heck is going to happen here. So, but yeah, pretty much doing DIY project, big, huge DIY project, and it's going to be fun. I'm going to get some more lights in here too, because I feel like it's really dumb. The light quality is kind of crap right now. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. This is Sam. I do boat renovations. I've also got a 1984, I believe it is, Starwind 22 that I sail on this lake. And the original thing was I was going to take it up and back around to where I live, up in the Great Lakes, or lived, where my home is. I'm not original to Ohio, so I'm from Michigan. But I got stuck working on this thing for the winter at least. And I'm going to teach you guys what I know and how to do it. I guess this is kind of like the live that's just like saying, hey, not really doing any work right now, but I am going to be figuring out what you guys want to hear from this channel, and also I like to interact. So If you've stuck around this long, I appreciate it. If you can still hear me, drop a thumbs up, like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you just want to see somebody work on their boat with power tools, you're in the right place. So I'm going to try to see, there's a spot right there. Spots that need to get fixed here. I think the next time, well, it's like trying to do a live video. You can't really capture what you need to capture so you can make the other videos, you know, that actually are kind of way easier to learn from. So probably do a video on that. Maybe a live, who knows? Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I guess we could do the other spots that need to get fixed. A lot of some epoxy, live epoxy work. You won't believe how smooth this is. It's so smooth. There's a couple of little spots here and there, but other than that, that's like a baby's bottom. It's so cool. You can get it down lower than that if I really wanted to. But I appreciate you guys dropping in and saying, hey, that means a lot. If you're watching, I don't know what you want to see on this channel. So we're kind of going back and forth with wanting to do live work. It just seems fun, where it's more interactive. And kind of build this channel off of that stuff. So let me know, what do you think? Drop a comment. You know, it's kind of where we're sitting here, just kind of mulling it over as a family here. One big YouTube family. So, I think I'm going to do some sanding. What we got around here? Still good. See, there's a spot that I really don't like. There's a spot I don't like on this thing. I don't know if you guys can hear me clearly. Even just right in front of us here, there's a spot right here. You can feel it. You can also see it. There's a lot to still do, but I don't know if you guys can hear me clearly or not when I talk because of where the microphone is. So See, there's the other thing too, though. My compressor. Sorry about that. My compressor is like not wanting to communicate with the way I have it set up. So it's making things difficult. So blowing all this off here, it's kind of a pain. Might have a little bit of air in it. You can see that it's coming out of the cracks. So even though there's no guarantee that it goes all the way to the bottom of it. So there's no guarantee these cracks, you know, the strips of wood usually are pretty tightly glued together, but sometimes it is it's old, you know. But yeah, I'm out of air there. I want to turn the compressor on, otherwise you guys would be just blared out compressor sounds. So there is a what's up? How you doing? Just talking about boats, about sanding. If you're just checking in, I appreciate you guys. This is Halfway There Sailing Adventures, and we are on a 1974 Thistle. And she's a beast. She's going to be nice. She's going to look super good when we're done. We're going to do some bright work on this stuff here. And right now, just taking the 320 to her, all the way up to the bow, all the way to the transom is all sanded down and ready to actually be cleaned with acetone and started with its first roll. There's a couple of spots that I'm kind of worried about just because of where they are. I don't like it. It's more cosmetic. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it or if I'm going to do some epoxy on it, because if you could feel it, it's like a chunk. It's a pretty good chunk. So working on sanding it all down. I thought about filling it with some epoxy and sawdust, making kind of like a paste, kind of like that, and filling that with that, like the so I kind of want to blend it in. That's kind of where I'm at. Not really sure what I want to do with this boat yet, but I know that I'm doing a restoration project and I'm doing a live promotion right now. This is the promotion to get you guys on the ship. Join me at Halfway There Sailing Adventures. Hit that like and subscribe button. There's going to be a whole lot of work, whole lot more actually. I've got projects for all kinds of different boats. So we're not just going to be stuck on this one. We'll be moving around and doing all kinds of stuff. And it's going to be a bunch of DIY projects. And half of it's going to be freaking sanding, you know. That's what it is. It's just a bunch of sanding when it comes to these wooden boats. But the cool thing about the Thistle is that they still produce these. This one was produced in 1974. The models before that were all wood. There was no fiberglass. It was all wood. Couldn't get my hands on one of those, but I did get my hands on one of these. So I'm super stoked. I've got a bunch of stuff that we're going to be doing to this boat, and it's going to be sweet. So stick around. We'll be doing a whole bunch of this. Okay, I got pads for days for a reason. We're also going to be getting inside this boat here and doing a lot of chilling. Maybe some late night talks, you know. I don't know. Anyways, if you like boat projects, you're in the right place. So, 1974 Thistle. This thing is so sweet. Got all the hardware off of this bad boy too. All the hardware's off of it. So, can't wait. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be cool. Also got this thing. Tiller extender. That's a whole project by itself. This thing is, it's gonna be sweet. A lot of work on it though. A lot of work on the tiller. So much work. And then you've got all this work on this back here transom. I don't know what to do about that whole situation. There's going to have to be a mold made, and might have to even pour epoxy down. It's going to be so hard. That's going to be weird. Might just have to sand it and hope for the best. I don't want to do that though. It's kind of rough, but I don't know what else to do. I don't have a chunk. I don't believe I have a chunk of I don't have that big of a chunk of oak or anything like that, so it's going to be interesting to do. Hey to everybody who dropped in. I appreciate you. Thanks for the thumbs up. That's what's up. And wow. Honestly, didn't think this was going to go too good because I was kind of like, oh man, what am I going to talk about? I don't know what to talk about. So that's why I keep going back and forth with the whole boat project, but I'm super stoked about this one. It's going to be fun. And I just wanted to drop in and say hey and show some love to the people that showed me love. And just say, peace. Have a good day. Show love.